What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Metallica. Yes, indeed. Metallica Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bob, do me a favor. Before you do all those things, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Ian Wakefield, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 47% of the vote, moving it from number 402 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this song by Metallica called The End of the Line. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So we have a little bit of a problem with this. The original video that Ian asked me to react to was from the channel Metallica Edits. And I went to go get the link that Ian gave me. I went to go download it and I couldn't download it. And I went to go check out why. Well, Metallica Edits decided to make the video private, so I can't access it. I did contact, or at least I tried to contact Metallica Edits, and I got no response. I tried to ask them, hey, is there any way, you can let me download this, and I got no response. So thinking quickly, I had to switch gears, and I just decided, you know what, I think the safest thing to do would just be get from Metallica's official page. So I went to the Metallica official page and I got the song. So sorry, Ian, I did try to use the link you gave me, but it's unfortunately out of my control. If the video uploader decided and the channel owner decided to mark the video as private and they won't respond to me, there's really nothing I can do. So I'm sorry, Ian, but I'm doing the best I can here, man. So yeah, this was posted by Metallica. Yeah, I know. We'll see how this goes. And the video has 2.1 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. The end of the line. That's all it says. But we got the Metallica work right here. And I got off the official page for Metallica, so I'm assuming this is the right thing. If it's not, you can blame Metallica. It's their fault. Anyway, let's get started here. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
That subdividing work. Ba, 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 ba. Good Lord. I'm getting shades of like early Pantera. Not like the glam Pantera. I'm talking like Cowboys from Hell Pantera. Very Pantera-ish. That riff is very, very Pantera-ish. I dig it. I'm digging it. I mean, it's got the Metallica sound, but the approach is very Pantera-ish. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I like the phrasing too. I like how they did that. It's in 4/4. It is in 4/4 time. It's just the way they broke it up, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. On the end of 2 is where they would start the lead in to begin the next phrase. And it made it feel a little awkward, but it was still in 4/4 the whole time. So that was cool. That got my attention. Let's keep going here. Shades of Creeping Death a little bit.
Call my amputee. Bloodline, redefine. Death contagious deity. Oh, yeah. Hooked into this deceiver. Need more and more. Into the endless fever. Need more and more. New consequence machine. You burn through all your gasoline. Over time, never mind. You reach the end of the line.
Ooh. Bum, 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 bum. That triplet feel, subdivided lead in. Bum, 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 bum. That was nice. That was really nice. The verse kind of has a Creeping Death vibe to it. You got that gang vocal on the first word, bow, and then James goes solo on it, you know. But then on the next one, on the next phrase, again, first word, bow. There it is with gang vocal followed by James going solo. You know, it's very, very Creeping Death-ish. I dug that. That was nice. That was really nice. I'm digging this so far. So far, so good. Let's keep this going. Let's see where this goes.
Time, choke the clock, steal another day. Narcissistic fade away. Twisted, jump the rail, shatter the crowd below. Break on, chase the ghost from latest high to all-time low.
It's fantastic. I like it.
Hooked into this deceiver, need more and more. Into the endless fever, need more and more. New consequence machine. Your gasoline, asylum over time. Never mind,
4 to 6.
reach the end of the line.
Let me back up. I don't want to have to pause in the middle of a solo. Yeah, you can hear what I was talking about, that, you know, the hard enters on the first word of the phrase followed by, you know, solo line with the vocals. Very, very creeping deathish. I've read the comments whenever I've done a song by Metallica, off of Death Magnetic in particular. I see a lot in the comments talking about the complaints that people have with the mix, okay? I see the complaint. I do. I do see what they're talking about, how it does sound a little thin in the mix. It does, the bass is getting buried a little bit in the mix. I do see that, okay? I do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not discrediting them. But I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say it was. A lot of people were saying that the mix is just as bad in this album as it was in Justice for All.
I respectfully disagree.
I don't think this album is mixed anywhere nearly as badly as Injustice for All was. Can we be 100% honest? Can we call a spade here? That album, that entire Injustice for All album sounds like it was recorded, like they took the band, shoved them into a gigantic coffee can and put the lid on it and said, okay, let's record. That album is so thin and overly compressed. It's hard to listen to that album. I love the songwriting on that album. I think Injustice for All has some of the best songwriting that Metallica has ever done. It's just such a shame that the mix was so bad. I do not think this album sounds nearly as bad as Injustice for All does. Not nearly as bad. I can hear the bass. I have to search for it a little bit. I have to, but it's there, and I can hear it. And I don't have to search very hard. I mean, I could find Rob in the mix pretty easily. It is there. So I don't think this is anywhere near as bad as Injustice for All. I'm going to disagree, respectfully disagree, with all those people who compare this album to the mix in Injustice for All and say they're on the same level. No, they are not. No. Listen to this, then go listen to anything off of it. Listen to this and then listen to Blackened and tell me the mix is the same. It is not the same. I promise you. Let's keep going here. Haha! Pull it down dynamically. Nice job. Nice. Great subdivision work. Great syncopated subdivision work. Outstanding. We're gonna change up feel a little bit here. Okay. So you can hear Rob just fine there. I don't think the mix is bad at all.
Drop the hourglass of time, spilling sand we will not find. As we gather here today, we bid farewell. The slave becomes the master. The slave becomes the master.
There's Rob right there. I can hear him just fine.
The slave becomes the master.
song's almost 8 minutes long. That did not feel like 8 minutes. That felt like 6. Wow. That's always a good sign. When the time flies, that lets you know you're enjoying it, lets you know you're having fun. You know the old saying, time flies when you're having fun, right? Yeah, time flew on this. Wow. I seriously thought we were like the 6 minute mark. That no joke. No joke. I was ready to pause, and I see there's only like 12 seconds left. I'm like, what? Isn't the song almost 8 minutes? Okay. I've already pretty much said everything I needed to say during the course of the reaction. I don't think there's a whole lot I need to say. I'll reiterate, I guess. Sure, why not? I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it, but I have a feeling this is not going to be a very long review. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll see you there. Well, there you go, folks. That was Metallica with The End of the Line. This was a request from Ian Wakefield, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 47% of the vote, moving up from number 402 straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. All right. I already said everything I really need to say during the course of the reaction. I'm just going to reiterate some points to just, drive them home to, back up my score here. And for Metallica fans, I think you're going to like the score I gave it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.8. Yep, 8.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, there was some great things happening in this song. Like I said, I kind of, from the main riff, I was getting kind of a Pantera vibe, like, Cowboys from Hell era Pantera, or maybe Vulgar Display of Power, between those two albums. Getting kind of a vibe from the main riff that they were doing there. It felt good. It was really a great groove to it. It felt really fun to listen to as far from a groove standpoint, from a feel standpoint, from an energy and a drive standpoint. It was all there. The subdivision work in this was fantastic. Like that, just the opening riff, the way that they were doing it, the way they were breaking up the phrasing, it almost made it sound like it was in 7/8 or not 7/8. It almost sounded like it was in 7/4. But I was like, no, wait a minute, hold on, that can't be right. Let me really dial into 4 here, and I did, and it was actually 4/4 the whole way through. So that comes down to subdividing work, and that almost threw me for a loop. So good on them. Good on them for almost throwing me for a loop. Good on their end. But it felt good nonetheless. And the other subdividing work that they had throughout the rest of the song, outstanding. Especially that triplet, man. Bomb, 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 bomb. Man, that felt good. I love it when people are when bands are in 4 and they have those like triplet fills where it's all synchronized. It's all syncopated and what is it? Syncopated subdivisions. When you have the entire band as a whole, pop, 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 and everyone's all together in unison, hitting the same notes at the same time. Man, that felt good. Really good. Very, very strong. I love the vocal approach on this. Like I said, I kind of got shades of Creeping Death on this, where they would come in with a gang vocal on the very first, like really emphasizing the first word, and then solo line, and then on the next part, emphasize the first word, and then the solo line afterwards. It was very, very reminiscent of Creeping Death, and I absolutely love that because Creeping Death to this day is still my favorite Metallica song of all time. I love that song. I love that whole album. Ride the Lightning is still my favorite Metallica album. Drumming on this was actually pretty solid. I know Lars isn't the cleanest drummer in the world, but I mean, he did a really solid job on this. I'm sure there was some assistance from Pro Tools. I'm sure there was some Pro Tools assistance done, but I mean, for the most part though, it did sound really solid. The bass playing, there's a 2-part argument to this. This album I feel like this album gets a lot of unnecessary heat. And the reason I'm saying that is I see in the comments people really kind of coming down this album for the mix and saying how bad the mix is and how poor the mix is, and they compare it to And Justice for All's mix. I'm sorry, guys. I know there's a lot, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I'm going to disagree with you guys that are slamming this for the mix. I really don't hear all that much of a problem. I will say, I do hear the compression, okay? The album is a little overly compressed, if I'm being honest. I do hear that, and I've heard that in every song I've done from Death Magnetic that I've gotten off the official Metallica page. You can hear the compression, yes. Is it as bad as Injustice for All? Not even close. I'm sorry. That album sounds like it was recorded inside of a giant tin can, a giant coffee can with the lid on it. So, and that album is poorly mixed. This album, not even close. Not even close. Yes, the compression's there. Compression's in every album, though. I mean, if you think about it, you listen to any album recorded by any band, there's gonna be compression, okay? There is. So there is just no getting around that. And then people always complain about not being able to hear the bass. I'm sorry, I could hear the bass. I had to search a little bit for it in some spots, but for the most part, I mean, you can hear Rob pretty clearly. I mean, I don't understand why people knock this album for the mix and for the editing and for the mastering. I don't understand it, but I mean, it is, like I said, it's a little overcompressed yet. Overcompressed, yes it is, but not nearly as bad as Injustice for All. Not even close. We're talking comparing apples to artichokes, you know, completely different. So I respectfully disagree about that. The overall, listen, I enjoyed this song. I dug this song, and my main closing argument with this is this. This is my main closing argument. There's an old saying, a very old saying, time flies when you're having fun. Well, that also applies to if you're enjoying yourself. So if you're enjoying yourself so much to the point that an almost 8-minute long song feels like 6 minutes, that means you're enjoying yourself. I very clearly enjoyed myself. This was a great song, a great listen. I had a great time doing this one, and that is why it is getting the great score of 8.8. I wouldn't say mind-blowing, but it's up there. It's definitely up there. So 8.8 is where we're at. 8.8 is where we're going to stay. So 8.8, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.